All right, the most controversial movie of the year probably is Civil War. It's out now, so let's just dive right on it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover major movie news, and we also have some fun movie rankings. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to check us on out and subscribe, as we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have your guys' support as we go about that journey. With all that said and done and out of the way, let's get on into Alex Garland's new film, Civil War. And if you do not know what this is about, it is about, well, a civil war happening in the United States of America. And you are taken on this journey by war photographers, which Kristen Dunst plays. And a very heroic war photographers, might I add. You see their struggle. You go through this war with them. We are right along for their journey. And it's very compelling to see, what war photographers have to go through. I think it's a pretty good inclination on what they have to go through in real life as well, and what they have to see. Now, this film is not action war. You find out why the war started, you figure out how it's going to end, and you see that conclusion. That is not what happens here. You are literally thrown into the middle of this war, not knowing how it starts, not knowing how it's going to end, and you also have no politics being in play here, which I actually like. There is no Republicans, Democrats. None of that is mentioned in this film. There is no stance in this film, which I think was a smart move to do, 100%. Right thing to do from Alex Garland there. But then it comes to the story, and the first two acts of this film were good, and then the third act happened, and it kind of fell apart. It was a disappointment for sure. I've been anticipating this movie for a very long time, but with how they executed this film, it just ultimately fell flat for me. I didn't really understand what the whole point of this was, and I just didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to enjoy it, really. They really make you care. Well, they try to make you care about these characters. And while I appreciate the character development here, I didn't really gravitate towards that. They didn't make me care about them. And when most of the movie is centered around them, it just makes you lose interest. At least it did for me. I couldn't really get on board with it. The action scenes in here, there are some intense scenes in here, both action and dialogue heavy as well. And I just didn't really see what the film was trying to do, trying to say. I didn't understand what the meaning of it really was. Now, we get to this point where the photographers, they're on their way to DC. That's the whole point of the story. And then they come in contact with Jesse Plemons' character. This scene is by far the best entire scene in the movie, and it makes your heart stop. It makes you on the edge of your seat. You really do feel the intensity of his performance, and just by far blows the entire movie out of the water. And that scene really does carry this film, I believe. And it is definitely going to be one that sticks with you. I think you see a lot of things in this movie that you think, okay, maybe this could happen in real life. I kind of see what they're trying to say here in that aspect. But man, the violence, the gore, and yeah, the intensity. You really are on the edge of your seat during some of these action scenes, especially during that Jesse Plemons scene, which I just absolutely can't stop thinking about, for good or for bad. But that's really only my favorite scene. Nick Offerman plays the president here. We actually don't get much of him. But when we do finally get to DC in the third act, like I said, it just falls apart, and it gets over quickly when it's been building to it the entire time, and then it just, something, I don't want to give it away, but something happens, and you're just like, so we've been building to this, and this is how you're going to execute. Just a failure at the end of the day on execution, which really is disappointing. And also, there are songs that are played, and how this movie is edited as well, that make no sense and take you out of the movie. Something emotional just happened or something impactful just happened, and then they play this song over it, and you're like, why is this happening? There's gunshots going off. Why is this soundtrack happening? It just doesn't make any sense and doesn't flow well. So at the end of the day, there are just a lot more flaws in this movie than I would have liked to have seen. I was really looking forward to this movie, and ultimately it just did not work for me and let me down. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give Civil War a 4 out of 10. There are some good moments. That Jesse Plemons scene is handled really well, and the acting in that is incredible. But other than that, I feel like they just wasted a lot of potential here. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know yours in the comments below. What do you think about this movie? How do you think the perception of it's going to be? I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I said off the top of this video, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you like reviews, movie rankings, movie trivia, commentary on all such things, entertainment, give us a subscribe and stick around, as we have a lot more things coming on the channel soon. Alright, that's going to do it for me, guys. My name is Tyson, and until the next one, I'll catch you then.